Hey guys, Alvo Stockman here. This is lesson 2. This is a variation on the vanish that we did in the last video. The way that I like to present this, well, this is one way to present it. I mean, you can do it any way you like. But so this is a kitchen dish sponge. Now you can use magician sponges if you want, but I tend not to use props in my magic. So if I'm chatting with someone, I'm like, oh hey, check this out. This is a really squishy, especially squishy dish sponge, right? And in fact, you may not actually know this, but this dish sponge is so squishy, you can actually do something really amazing with it. Watch this. I want to show you something. I'm going to see if I can get this. If I can squeeze it just enough, it'll actually completely vanish, just like that. Okay, let's get into how we did that. Okay, so this is a variation on the vanish that we taught yesterday. Essentially, you got your sponge. Essentially, all I'm doing is I am throwing it over the computer screen. Okay, so behind my computer screen, I just have a fleece blanket that just catches whatever I'll throw behind it. Now, what's so fooling about this method is that the object is just going up and it's gone. So I mean, in itself, that's mildly fooling. Mildly, you do that and it's gone. And what's fooling about it is that things that go up tend to come down. So when it doesn't come down, there's a disconnect there, and so that's really the fooling part. They don't have a chance to see anything behind them. There isn't that dimension on webcam, so there's a very good illusion the way that works. Now that's just the bare. If I just hold this for you and I throw it like that, of course it is cool that it vanishes, but there's only a couple options for where it could have gone. So what I do is, it makes sense that it's squishy. I'm going to be fidgeting with it on the camera. I get it here, and I get it so that my hand is covering it. Really, I want to be in a position where you can't see it, so that when I go over and I come back and I start squishing it, the spectators are going to think that it's still there. And so what we really want to do when we're doing webcam magic is we want something to happen or seem to happen on screen, like while they're actually watching it on screen, even though you're already one step ahead of them and it's completely gone. This is the heart of a good webcam vanish. Grab a sponge, either a sponge ball or a sponge ding dong or a dish sponge like this one, and you can practice along. The magic trick that this most closely resembles, or the magical, the traditional magic trick this most closely resembles, is the sliding paper balls over the head. Okay, so this is kind of an adaptation of that, in a way. So more or less, it does translate, and the principle of why it's such an effective vanish is the same, and you have so much more freedom. You don't need a confederate. You don't need you don't have to worry about them turning their head or whatever. So it's a really great environment for this. So you can do anything you want. I mean, you can even let it off to the side if you want. I mean, the important part is that it leaves the screen in a way that isn't completely, isn't as obvious, right? So I mean, if you dip below the screen here like this, it's a little bit. I mean, it's still fooling, okay? Because in the first video, we did a great vanish, and that's a really effective fooling vanish, and it'll serve you really well. You'll have some fun with it, but this, I believe, is even more clever and more deceptive for a spectator. So in my case, like I said, I have a fleece blanket just sitting behind my laptop here, and it just catches anything. I mean, I happen to use a sponge because it makes sense, but really, you could use something even a little bit more, substantial, right? So I could use my phone here, right? So I can have my iPhone. Let's see if this works. If I don't break something here. So, that was stupid. All right. All right, so that was pretty stupid. So the idea is this, right? So you could just you could say, all right, look. Let me see, how am I going to do this? All right. Something like that, okay? I don't normally do it with cell phones. I will tell you that. Really, this is the way I do it. But anyway, I'm just saying you're not limited. You're not limited to a small object or a light object because you don't have that. You don't have that limitation. You could just as easily have somebody literally reaching their hand over from this side and grabbing. Obviously, you don't want to see their fingers like that. But so anyway. Okay, so this is the variation. This is the over-the-top paper balls webcam hybrid. Check it out. You can have some fun with this. This is a good one. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon.